Yo, what's up, guys? This is a 50 kill gun streak that I got on lockdown recently. The class setup I'm using is a PP90 with a silencer and rapid fire. My secondary weapon's an MP9 with a silencer. The perks I'm using are sleight of hand, quick draw, and steady aim. My specialist perks are hardline, dead silence, and assassin. My equipment is attack insert and C4, and I'm playing on a 4 sensitivity. So lately, a lot of people have been asking me to give MOAB tips and like general pointers on how to stay alive longer, so I'm going to give you guys the best advice I can. The first tip I'm going to give you guys is never walk through the middle of any area in any map. Like, you want to stay close to available cover or corners so you can escape from someone that starts shooting at you. Like, what I'm saying is, if someone starts shooting at you, you need to be close enough to something that can prevent you from getting shot anymore, like a box or turning a corner quickly. When you escape from somebody that's shooting at you, their first instinct is going to be to chase you down and finish the job, and that's where you're going to catch them off guard. The second you get out of their line of fire, you immediately turn around, pre-aim your gun, and pop right back out where they were just shooting you and shoot them. The reason this is going to work is because when you escape, people almost always hit the sprint button to chase after you, and when they do that, it's going to make them take a while to re-ready their gun to fire. So if you're already pre-aiming at them with your finger on the trigger, you can kill them before they have a chance to react. Like, even though you're injured, almost every single time, you'll be able to kill them before they even fire a bullet back at you. I use this technique all the time. It even works on like tryhards and people that are good at the game. The one thing you got to make sure that you don't do is run back out there too early, because you can run right back in the line of fire and get yourself killed. When you time it right, the person that was shooting at you will have just stopped shooting and started sprinting as you're popping back out. Like, you'll catch them as they're sprinting towards where like they thought you were going to run away to, and they'll be super easy to kill. They won't even get a bullet off on you. Try it. It works. Another tip I have for you guys is when you're traveling around the map, you got to stay close to the nearest wall. Like, staying close to the walls is actually a technique that real SWAT teams and like special forces guys use. By staying next to the wall when you're moving around a building, it actually reduces your body's silhouette, and it's been proven in real life that when you're pressed up against a wall, it's harder for people to realize you're an enemy and shoot at you. Like, it also works because it forces the person that's going to shoot at you to expose themselves more. They have to come further out from their cover to get a clean shot at you. When they do come further out from their cover, all you need to do is start strafe shooting them, and they have no chance of getting back behind the wall because they're so exposed. And the further they come out from their cover, the easier it is for your teammates to see them and help you out if they need it. So the whole goal of staying next to the wall is making the enemy come further out from cover and make it harder to like recognize that you're an enemy. So as a general rule, just stay close to the walls when you're moving throughout the map. It's a real life technique and it works in this game. Another tip I have for you guys that will help you stay alive longer is never go through the middle of any map ever, and stay out of the hot zones. There's no point in going there. And by hot zones, I mean the long hallway in Lockdown, the tunnel in Hard Hat, the middle of Dome, and places like that. The middle is where most of the killing goes on in every map. What you're going to want to do is stay within view of these places, but never actually like run through them. The best way to see what the actual hot zones are in all the different maps is to go on Elite on your computer and view the heat maps. Like, you can use the free version Elite. You don't need to have premium or anything, so don't even worry about that. The heat maps on Elite will show you where all the action went down on the map by highlighting it in red. Like, those red areas are the places you never want to run through ever. If you keep yourself away from those areas but are still able to see them from a distance, you can get more kills with the minimal risk of dying. Just stay on the outsides of the maps and don't cut through the middle or the hot zones of the level ever. You should make like a route for yourself around the outside of like every level that's safe and that allows you to like stay on the move. Like, you never want to get more than 3 kills in the same area, because if you stay in the same area too long killing people, then it makes the people you killed angry and they come looking for revenge. So by the time you get 3 kills, it's time to change locations. You don't necessarily have to run a long distance away, but like at least 20 feet away from the area you were just killing people. Like, this keeps the enemy guessing your location, and that's very important. Like, when they come looking for you, you better be gone. The thing that makes having like specialists and stuff so extremely good is that it makes you super stealthy and quick. So you can ready your weapon quickly, you don't make footstep noises, you can hear footsteps, and you're invisible on radar. If the enemy is using portable radar or UAVs, that gives them a complete false sense of security. Like, they think they're safe, but you're right there around the corner. You need to take advantage of all this. You want to be in the areas that let you sound whore people good, but also that have like a safe escape route. You always got to have an escape route. The best way to stay alive in this game is to know where your enemy is before he knows where you are. If you can shoot all your enemies without them shooting back at you, then you're doing everything right. It's not the quickest or the fastest people that get MOABs, it's the smart ones. You have to use all your perks to your advantage. You want to hear the enemy before he turns the corner. You want to catch him off guard by killing him in areas that people don't get killed a lot. You have to think about what you're doing and not just do random stuff. Have a plan, you know. SitRep Pro is by far the most important perk in Specialist because it allows you to get the jump on people no matter what their class setup is. Like, ever since they updated SitRep to allow people to hear like dead silence, it became the best perk by far. Like, the only way to hide from it is to crouch walk, and most people don't do that. Like, don't use SitRep Pro on your actual perk setup because then it lets people be aware of what you're doing. If you use it on your Specialist perks, then the enemy won't know you're using it, and then gives you the element of surprise. Like, if I see someone using SitRep Pro, I do a lot more crouch walking to like avoid giving away my position. If I use it in my Specialist perks, then nobody's going to be the wiser to what I'm actually doing. Like, remember, you can't be predictable or you're going to get killed. Remember, you're fighting against real people that actually think, not just computers that aim and shoot. You have to be smarter than your enemy or you're a dead man. Like, I know I've told you guys a lot so far, so I'll say it again in order of what I told you. Trick your enemy into chasing you and pop back out and kill him. Stay close to the nearest wall when you're traveling around the map. Never cut through the middle of any map ever and stay out of the hot zones. Stay on the outsides of maps and develop a route that allows you to keep moving. Never stay in the same place after you've gotten 3 kills. Once they figure out what you're doing and where you are, you'll have changed positions and then you'll get the jump on them again. And also try and stay in areas that allow you to sound whore people well. You have to think smart in this game. Now, as for the best gun to get a MOAB with in the game, it is definitely the PP90. This is the gun you want to get good with for close quarter combat. It's extremely powerful even with a silencer on, and when you press the aim button, it's the fastest one that pops up to your eye. It even hip fires people effectively from a good distance away. If a guy is all the way across the room, don't be afraid to hip fire him. The PP90 is going to drop him really fast. Like, every gun in the game has its pros and cons, but when it comes down to an overall amazing weapon, the PP90 is the shit. On maps like Hard Hat, Mission, Dome, Arcaden, Lockdown, Carbon, Seatown, Bootleg, or Underground, the PP90 is the best gun. When I'm playing against like good tryhards, I use a PP90 to get the job done. It's actually the first gun I ever got a double MOAB with. Now, don't forget though, no matter how powerful a gun is, it's not going to get the MOABs for you. You have to think smart and be aware of the things going on around you. That is the real way to get MOABs. There's no magic class setup or secret that no one's telling you. It's simply being aware of your environment and reacting to it in the right way. Trying to be Rambo is not going to get you MOABs. Being sneaky will. Well guys, that's my 50 gun streak on Lockdown. I hope you enjoyed watching.